Late one night, Albus Dumbledore and Minerva McGonagall, professors at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, along with groundskeeper Rubus Hagrid, their love, are an orphaned infant named Harry Potter to his aunt and uncle, Petunia and Vernon Dursley, his only living relatives. 10 years later, just before Harry's 11th birthday, owls begin delivering letters addressed to him. When the abusive Dursleys refuse to allow Harry to open any and flee to an island hut, Hagrid arrives to personally deliver Harry's letter. Hagrid also reveals that Harry's parents, James and Lily, were killed by a dark wizard named Lord Voldemort. The killing curse that Voldemort had cast rebounded, destroying Voldemort's body and giving Harry his lightning bolt scar. Hagrid then takes Harry to Diagon Alley for school supplies and gives him a pet snow owl whom he names Hedwig. Harry buys a wand that is connected to Voldemort's own wand. At King's Cross Station, Harry boards the Hogwarts Express train. He meets Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger, a Muggle-born witch. Arriving at Hogwarts, Harry also meets Draco Malfoy, who is from a wealthy, pure-blood wizard family. The two immediately form a rivalry. The students assemble in the Great Hall where the Sorting Hat sorts the first years in 4 respective houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Harry is placed into Gryffindor alongside Ron and Hermione, while Draco is sorted into Slytherin, a house noted for dark wizards. As Harry studies magic, he learns more about his parents and Voldemort. Harry's natural talent for broomstick flying gets him recruited as the youngest ever seeker for Gryffindor's Quidditch team. While returning to the Gryffindor common room, the staircases change paths, leading Harry, Ron, and Hermione to the 3rd floor, which is restricted. There they discover a giant 3-headed dog named Fluffy. On Halloween, Ron insults Hermione after she shows off in charms class. Upset, Hermione spends the afternoon crying in the girls' bathroom. That night, a giant marauding troll enters it, but Harry and Ron save Hermione, and the three become friends after Hermione takes the blame by claiming she went looking for the troll. The trio discover that Fluffy is guarding the Philosopher's Stone, a magical object that can turn metal into gold and produce an immortality elixir. Harry suspects that potions teacher and head of Slytherin House, Severus Snape, wants the stone to return Voldemort to physical form. When Hagrid accidentally reveals that music puts Fluffy asleep, Harry, Ron, and Hermione decide to find the stone before Snape. Fluffy is already asleep, but the trio face other barriers, including a deadly plant called Devil's Snare, a room filled with aggressive flying keys, and a giant chess game that knocks out Ron. After overcoming the barriers, Harry discovers that defense against the dark arts teacher Quirinus Quirrell wants the stone. Snape had figured it out and had been protecting Harry. Quirrell removes his turban and reveals a weakened Voldemort living on the back of his head. Dumbledore's protective enchantment places the stone in Harry's possession. Voldemort attempts to bargain the stone from Harry in exchange for resurrecting his parents, but Harry refuses. Quirrell attempts to kill Harry. When Harry touches Quirrell's skin, it burns Quirrell, reducing him to ashes. Voldemort's soul rises from the pile and escapes, knocking out Harry as it passes through him. Harry recovers in the school infirmary. Dumbledore says the stone has been destroyed to prevent misuse, and that Ron and Hermione are safe. Dumbledore reveals how Harry defeated Quirrell. When Lily died to save Harry, a love-based protection against Voldemort was placed on him. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are rewarded with house points for their heroism, tying them for first place with Slytherin. Dumbledore then awards 10 points to their housemate Neville Longbottom for having had the courage to stand up to the trio, granting Gryffindor the House Cup. Harry returns to the Dursleys for the summer, happy to finally have a real home at Hogwarts.